proudly from Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I'll be making my submission by also, if with your kind permission, reading some provisions in the Constitution. The preamble, and I read, "We, the people of Federal Republic of Nigeria, having firmly and solemnly resolved to live in unity and harmony as one indivisible, indissoluble, sovereign nation under God, dedicated to the promotion of inter-African solidarity, world peace, international cooperation, and understanding." And he went further to say, "and to provide for a constitution for the purpose of promoting the good government and welfare of all persons in our country on the principles of freedom, equality, justice, and for the purpose of consolidating the unity of our country." If you went further to section 4, subsection 1, 2, talks about the power of us to make laws. But most importantly, if you go to section 83, subsection 1, Mr. Speaker, there is very, very provided on the issue of contingency funds, where the needs. So if you can permit me, I will read that the National Assembly may by law make provisions for the establishment of a contingency fund for the Federation and for authorizing the President, if satisfied that there has arisen an urgent and unforeseen need for expenditure for which no other provision exists, to make advances from the fund to meet the need. Mr. Speaker, what we are discussing now, make provision, has been provided in section 83 of the Nigerian Constitution as amended. So I don't think that we should over-label ourselves on this matter. What we need to do is for us as a house to now communicate back to the presidency, to the executive, to say, look, there is need for our security agencies to be so empowered, and that there is need for them to have what it takes to tackle whatever insurgencies that we're facing as a nation, based on the preambles I had read to the whole House. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the motion, one of the prayers is that the leadership of this House should, as a matter of urgency, interface with our other brothers and sisters, either in America, in Russia, or Italy, for the purpose of ensuring that the problem that we're faced with trying to acquire arms for promotion of peace and good government and securing our borders are met is very germane. I think that this House needs, as a matter of urgency, to involve our brothers over there, get appointment led by you to see how we can discuss this matter and ensure that our military or security apparatus do not have any encumbrance anymore in terms of having access to whatever equipment that they will be needing to achieve the huge task that has been given to them. Mr. Speaker, somebody talked about the NGOs. I think that it's hard time, Mr. Speaker, if by way of amendment, that will also include that the NGOs that are practicing in Nigeria are investigated. And in the course of the investigation, part of the resolution should be that there should be a way to register them, so that we'll be able to ascertain how many NGOs that we have, how many of them are receiving money from foreign donors, and for what purposes are they using them for in this great country. That will solve some of the fears that we have. Because when they come in the form of NGOs, they come here and practice all sorts of things. And Mr. Speaker, we don't even know where our problem started from. If it's through these NGOs that they linked themselves to most of these people that are practicing all these things that is giving us sleepless nights. So I think that, one, we should resolve to visit some of our brothers in other parliaments as to bring it to an end, the encumbrances attached to our military and security agencies being able to acquire arms. Two, that we communicate to the executive to ensure that whatever funds, it's not that the funds are not being appropriated, but from what we heard yesterday, it will be almost impossible to channel such funds by way of that 12 months appropriation. Even before, by Pre-Qualification Act, Before they will finish doing the pre-qualification and bidding and everything, the year will run out. So in effect, within 4 years, it will be difficult for a government that has sworn to protect and give good governance to the citizenry, the capacity to be able to deliver. Then the last one is, of course, what I have stated, that the NGOs need to be investigated. Having said this, Mr. Speaker, I wholeheartedly commend our whip and, of course, our Deputy Speaker, who had initially also given us an elaborate information as to what transpired yesterday. But most importantly, to thank you for your humility, for your empathy in the plight of Nigerian people, what we face every day. Because that informed why you called for yesterday's meeting, and those who didn't understand, thought it was meant for Jamboree. But eventually, after yesterday's interface with them, we have become well informed, and we have now come to appreciate your desire and your drive towards ensuring that we meet them. So I say thank you to you, and also thank you to the House that have always believed in your leadership. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.